Driver out and okay.
We got a brand new car this year right out of the box. The guy who worked hard all winter. It's going to be a great season. This Gambler car is working real good, and we're going to kick some butt in '93.
Lined up nicely going down the back straight. Road conditions are under control. Here they come off the corner. We got a broken steering box, and I lost the steering after about 10 laps, so I was just kind of hanging on. And well, when the red flag came out, my tongue was hanging out. I was dead tired. I couldn't hardly turn it.
Bobby McMahon, 11.492. Here is McMahon challenging Lambert now as they continue their fight. The fourth place battle has been settled. The start of tonight's feature, the green is waving. Meitner the first man to the corner, but Kent on top. Meitner slides out of the groove as we've got Kent and Meitner wheel to wheel into the corner. Meitner goes sideways and spins. Green light is on. Bonet challenges on the inside. Glenn Bonet goes to the inside. Can Kent pull it back? No. Glenn Bonet on the inside. The white flag is out. Glenn Bonet and Brent Kading in the final lap. Can Bonet pull it off? What a day it would be as Kading rocket ships up and passes on the inside. He never played his head. Brent Kading kept it to the last. Your winner, BK, Brent Kading, as he takes it home in the checkered. The J.W. Hunt Los Gatos Body Shop, number 69, with Brent Kading at the helm, capturing his second Mini Gold Cup victory here at Silver Dollar Speedway. And promoter John Pageant standing by. Bob Gerald is down there.
Just fortunate enough that he slipped out. It's a little slicker on the outside, and we drove on by for the win.
Well, I bet it won't be the last one for this season.
Sure in the hell won't. We're going to be doing this quite a few times this year.
White flag coming up for Brent Kading. Last lap. Way out in front. Bill Tim Green in second place. And again with Chuck Miller all over him and Kevin Pilot still playing and Kent going with it too. No doubt about the win on this one. 3 in a row for BK, Brent Kading.
Ready on the gas coming down here. The green is waving at his army out in front, but trouble here between Hall upside down. Cobby still taking the high line as they go down into turn number 1. Here comes Cobby on the top again, and Jamie Cobby will do the same approach. Your winner in your Pacific Sprint Cars at car number 3F, Jamie Cobby. between two drivers who ended up in the cement out here in the front stretch. And here in Chico, here they go! Tyner gets the jump as they come down the stretch. Here is your leader now, Tyner, with Kading in tow as they come down the front stretch. Remember what happened between those two just a few weeks ago. Tyner off the racetrack, flipping down the front straightaway is Hurst. We could feel the car before we saw it. You could feel the car bouncing down the stretch. Hurst unbolting. He's coming out there. Bobby McMahon is third. Dwayne Scott is fourth. Brent trying to run the bottom of the racetrack, coming up on Tyner as they come down the chute. Kading takes him. As the leader, Kading, comes up. And here into the wall is the number 5 upside down. They'll bring a red flag out as we've got Ronnie Day into the wall. That's BK, Brent Kading on a rage. Green light is on, green stays on, and it looks like it's Sills with the dress as Hurst is right there. Green is in third and Tyner in fourth. Oh, Tyner off the end. Randy Tyner wildly flipping off of the corner. And Tyner, helmet still on, headed back towards the pit. He's walking away from the race car. The team is over there assessing damage. Tyner continues to head back towards his pit. So whether or not there's a chance that repairs can be made is a question mark at this point. He recovers, but we don't know how well, as Sills is right there now on his rear Nerf bar. Jimmy Sills on the bottom will take the lead on the 8th lap. 19 laps down, Jimmy Sills. Brent Kading is now second. Brown and the 44B and 98, both down a lap. Eric Rossi. Steve Kent, sideways, hit by Daryl Hannestead. Here's trouble now as Burton is upside down. Scott's there and Hurst is involved. 3 cars. 2 of the ablest sprint car drivers in the country. Jimmy Sills and Brent Kading will go through the fall, and Sills in trouble. Here comes BK. Once again in victory lane at Silver Dollar, outrunning Jimmy Sills. Ronnie Day, Timmy Green.
That looks good. Bobby gets on it fast that time. Hurricane sets up right up the inside of the back. Todd Ventura in the 3rd place. Hannigan makes a move up on the inside and takes the lead. Now the tricky part. Checkered flag coming out, and it's the Hurricane, Randy Hannigan. Side by side down the back straightaway. Inside is the Hurricane. Oh, he pushes a good line on Miller. Miller swaps it around, comes back. Hannigan sets it lane. He's got it set up now. Miller on the gas. They come down. Randy Hannigan.
Kirsten DeCare's going to bring him down, followed by Kading and Pilot. Here they come. Feature event time. Race fans and the green flag flies. And going into turn number 1, it is Roy Kirsten, car number 18, who grabs the early lead. He's followed by Greg DeCares in car number 88. And we've got a bad one on the back straightaway. The red flag is out. As your defending NARC champion, upside down on the back chute, Tim Green, along with your quick qualifier tonight, Dwayne Scott. It's a 3-car battle down the back straightaway. We're halfway home. Here's Kent to the high side. He's going to go around Brent Kading and take over the number 2 spot. Steve Kent now goes to work on Rick Hurst off of turn number 2. A drag race as Hurst pushes out to the wall. Kent has to get out of it. Kent's back in it in turn number 3 and into turn number 4. Steve Kent runs wheel to wheel with Rick Hurst down the front straightaway as they can win lap number 17. And Steve Kent is the new leader of the race. 3rd spot is still Rick Hurst. Kent and Kading have left the field, and the winner's going to be Steve Kent in car number 11. Brent Kading gets second.
That is why he has gone to to the back of the pack. We'll try to start this one over again. We've got trouble. Kevin Byland into the wall hard over here in turn number 4 and upside down. Kevin Byland, car number 14P.
6 laps down. Traffic's going to be a factor right now for Brent Kading as he goes to the inside of Bob Walker in car number 98. Kading trying to get around him. Walker right now holding up Kading for a second. Now Kading back to the bottom. Gets by the 98X of Walker with 7 laps down. Chuck Miller is right there in the 24 KT. Here's Kent to the bottom. Miller hesitated for a second in turn number 3. That's all Kent needed.
Everyone has to go by that cone single file. That's where the leader can get on the gas. BK jumps on it. Everyone tries to make it through cleanly. And they do. Steve Kent to the inside, and Steve Kent has the number 11 out in the front. Kading racing back, trying to catch him, but Steve Kent is the new leader of the race. Back to back, Steve Kent and car number 11 pumping his fist in the cockpit as he takes the checkered flag.
Okay, coming up next, we'll have more sprint car highlights, so don't go away.
Puts the pressure back on for that last transfer position. Oh, look out! A wild ride for Joe Von Schultz as we get a red checker. Checkered flag coming up this time. He's devastating. He's the Hurricane. It's Randy Hannigan, 2 in a row. Brand new car with a Ford motor. Oh, Cowboy up and over. Red light. Got a little bit on the close side to Jeff Mendes and went for the high side. And Jeff Mendes takes the lead back. Rick Martin once again goes up on the high side, gets a good drive off the corner, takes the lead back at the stripe. Hannigan on the move. Boom! Lindsey Casto gets a whack on the 28 car and puts it back on the 3 car. Oh, ugly. Off the line, gets in the traffic side. Rick Martin, Big Ben.
Steve Kent and Brent Kading, the battle tightening up right now for third with Kent on top, Kading down on the bottom, and Brent Kading comes off of turn number 4, dead even with Steve Kent. They race into turn number 1, and off of turn number 2, Brent Kading on the bottom takes over the number 3 spot from Steve Kent. The only 3 champions in the history of the series, running 1, 2, 3 right now, with the 1992 champion Tim Green out in front. The 84-85 champion Steve Kent in second, and every year in between, Brent Kading running in third. The top 3 in the past 10 years in California, all right together on the speedway, and Kading going to work on Steve Kent in the battle for the number 2 spot. Coming off of turn number 4, Brent Kading has taken over second from Steve Kent. The yellow for Hannigan in car number 1, who has come to a stop there on the back straightaway. Green's on it. He goes to the bottom. Steve Kent goes up to the high side, and Steve Kent takes over the number 2 spot. Craig DeCaris sticks his nose in there into third, and Brent Kading drops back to fourth. Kading immediately goes back to the rim, and he comes back on DeCaris to take over third. Now he's got a run on Kent. Going into turn number 3 and 4, Brent Kading on the bottom, Steve Kent on the top. Steve Kent is still going to hold second spot with 12 laps down into the infield. So a tough break for Bobby McMahon. He's done for the feature. Here's Kading around Kent, and he takes over second. And Brent Kading takes the lead on lap number 17. And Brent Kading is the leader. For the 7th time in 10 races this year, Brent Kading is a feature winner.
Shane Scott on the inside, big wheel steady, holds onto it, and takes the lead down the back straightaway. A beautiful move by Shane Scott to take the lead.
into third. A bobble by Jason Statler. Here comes BK on the rear bumper of Jason Statler. Looks at the high side. He goes to the high side. Jason uses a lot of racetrack. Dwayne Scott on the inside. Oh, they tag big time. Dwayne Scott powering his way by Statler for second. BK still in third. It's Jason Statler on the bump spot. Sel Michelle, number 11, one to watch. He's come from the back. Look at Kevin Pilot right up there now as well. I forgot to call that number. Currently running fourth in the Tri-C Machine Shop, number 3. All right, Katie on the throttle. Here we go. Oh, Green climbs the wall. He gives second place to Steve Kennedy. He battles back. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it again. Brett Katie, big wheels down to the finish. Unbelievable finish. Holds off the charge of Tim Green and Steve Kent and puts a wheelie in, and that will be on race day tomorrow. Warner Grove.
Kading eventually regained the top spot and held on for the victory, his 8th in 10 starts this year, as he captured the checkered flag in only the way a king could, with style.
Brad Emmett is in 5th. He's followed by Don Tucker. We got cars upside down. Benison Estanius. Los Alamitos driver Ben Estanius making contact with car number 84. And we got one upside down. Troy Newsom upside down. Car number 24 would appear in turn number 3. And once again, Lady Luck rears its ugly head at car number 24, Troy Newsom. Newsom's car sitting there, coming to a halt, and the driver, it would appear, is trying to climb out of that race car. You momentarily had a brand new leader with the Tempe Tornado starting to oil a motor, and a motor up in smoke. Upside down, got a car upside down. Turn 2, it's the leader, Gary Howard. The Tempe Tornado with the hammer down, lifts up the front end. Watch this one for the 3rd position. Slicing right through traffic. It's car number 12. We got Klein in the wall. Klein takes a nasty tumble. It's Troy Klein in car number 10 going over and over, and he is okay in that race car for the moment. We can see Klein taking off his seatbelts, trying to climb out of that race car. Hey, it's Sweeney in command with the Tempe Tornado on the low slide, and Leyland takes over the lead. The Tempe Tornado looking for a checkered flag.
All right, we're about ready to get this one started. 8 laps to go. Dan Belton, Jason Lund running 1-2. Rick Hurst right there, number 18 in 3rd. Little contact, and Rick Hurst into the wall hard in turn number 3, and upside down. Red flag is out.
Pretty extensive damage. You're going to really be hard pressed to try to make repairs before the car owner Dwayne Starr, John Gillespie, they're out there taking a look and evaluating it. We'll give you more information as it comes available.
And there it is, car number 18 pushing off. Rick Hurst back onto the racetrack. It's a checkered flag. B-main winner Rick Hurst. Big time traffic flying ahead for Bobby McMahon, and Tim Green is all over him. Down into turn number 3. Green goes to the bottom. He slides across the room, and Tim Green takes the lead with 26 laps down. That's all he has to negotiate. Here he is, Tim Green in car number 14, the winner. Second goes to Bobby McMahon. Third to Steve Kent.
All right, Silva's looked him over. Green flag is out. We've got him chased down into the corner. Kaiser, quick. Takes it down into turn number 1, off of 2. Caudy right behind him. Lambert moving quickly, and Brooke heads for the pit area. 79 car with problems. Heads back up for Ron to look at it. Whoa, Scooter. Caudy taking a wild bump and a hard ride down there. He and Lambert coming together on that front straightaway in a scramble. Radio report, first report is that Howard is okay, but I mean, he took a good hard hit. They are calling now for the ambulance to come down.
Didn't hook it up there.
What's that?
Didn't hook it up there.
What's that?
One lap to go. Urton in pursuit. Chases her off the one into two. They hold about 4 car lengths down the back straightaway. Urton trying to gather it up into turn number 3. Shauna looks good off the final turn. Shauna picks up the win.
Chuck Miller off of turn number 2, your new leader down the back straight. Bencourt drops to second. Third is the blue 85 of Cooney. Oh, a tangle in turn 4, up against the wall, upside down. We're up on his side is a number 9. Dave Rule in a tangle. Upside down hard in the front straightaway. Bogosian, number 57. He's going to need some repairs, and Mike climbing out of the race car. Tough break. Seems to be okay, jumping down. Great start, matter of fact, off of turn 4. The Rocket Band does just that. Rockets to the front. Underway, 6 down, and Hannigan dives down to the bottom of the racetrack. Momentarily takes the lead, but the push off the top goes to Rick Martin. Down the back straightaway. Look at Hannigan down on the inside once again. Can he hold on to the bottom of the racetrack? Martin with the push off the top. It is Martin. Oh, wheel stand. Once again down to the bottom. Does the slide job. Will he hold on to the racetrack? No way can do. They touch wheels big time. Hannigan and Martin touch wheels as they come out of 4. Look at that battle for 5th. As Hannigan once again slides in front of Martin. Martin comes back this time. Hannigan makes it stick. Hannigan with the picture perfect slide. Moves out front. Here comes Miller. Miller going around Martin. Miller and Martin in a duel. Miller goes to the inside of Rick Martin. He does the slide job. He can't hold on to the racetrack. Martin battles back.
Kent now all over Tim Green as Green goes to the inside of Kevin Pilot. Green trying to make it stick on the bottom. Kevin Pilot on the top. Drag race into turn number 3. Kevin Pilot holds the line down low. Green goes high. Into turn number 4. Tim Green's going to lead this one as they come down the front straightaway. 18 laps down. Tim Green is the leader. Here's Steve Kent taking over second. Yellow flag is out. And the yellow flag for Bobby McMahon in car number 25. He is slowing to a stop in turn number 4. Kevin Pilot breathing a sigh of relief right now for the moment as he's back out in front in car number 3, looking to hold on. Tim Green and Steve Kent supplying the pressure. Off of turn number 4, Kevin Pilot in car number 3 gets the win. Steve Kent is second. Third to number 14, Tim Green. Fourth, number 5, Larry Day. And in a cloud of smoke, Daryl Hannestead goes by the line in 6th.
Mark Ziske at number 17. Right there with him and hanging on tight. Now moving out up in front, Brent Kading at number 69. BK out in front. Mark Ziske and Tim Green there, 1, 2, and 3. And now Kading gets himself out of sorts over there in turn 1. They're bunching up. BK, Stevie Kent, Chuck Miller, and Tim Green, who is out in front right now. but he's got some power behind him. BK on the outside moves into the third slot, tries to anyway. Working their way through traffic. Stevie Kent stays up high, BK down low. It's a drag race to turn one. Now Kading moves into the second slot. Tim Green continues to lead, working through the traffic. Battling it out behind him. Now Kading moves out in front. Brent Kading once again takes the checkered flag here at King Speedway.
Saluting you now as we get ready to go for 30 laps of racing action in the Budweiser Golden State Challenge. The green flag flies, and into turn number one it is Steve Kent up on the high side. He takes the early lead. Ziske is right there racing second. Tim Green has a problem in car number 14. He is slowing. BK trying this restart. He's got the quality race video on-car camera there mounted to the left side of the cage, and he dives to the bottom with that camera and looking for a second spot, trying to take it away from Mark Ziske. We've got one in the fence, big time down the front straightaway. Paul McMahon, Glenn Bonet as well involved on the front straightaway. The car comes to a rest. The red flag is out. Paul McMahon, he's out of the car. As crew members huddled around him right now. A scary incident there on the front straightaway for Paul McMahon and Glenn Bonet. So Kent has lapped up to 7th with 25 down. We look to restart this one. Here we go. Green flag flies. Steve Kent takes off to the races in car number 11. And BK may have a shot. Jimmy Sills has gotten past Mark Ziske now and taken over third. Craig DeCara's trying Ziske for fourth. Craig DeCara's down on the bottom, tries it. Blake Robertson into the wall hard in turn number 4. He's upside down on his side. Blake Robertson in car number 15, upside down. Keep in mind, after a red flag, many changes may have been made to these race cars, and here they come. The restart is safely past the cones on the back straightaway. Brent Kading gets around Ronnie Day, and we've got a race on our hands now with 4 laps to go. 27 laps down and 3 to go. It is havoc in the back of the pack right now. Good race for third between Jimmy Sills, Mark Ziske, and Greg DeCaras. All 3 of those drivers dicing all over the racetrack. 7th, third. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Steve Kent, car number 11, your feature winner. Kading gets second. Third spot going to go to number 7, Jimmy Sills, as he comes off of turn number 4. Fourth, 88 in, Greg DeCaras.
Hannigan lapping through traffic as they come down the front straightaway. 17 down, 3 to go. Gets by Kirk Sargent. And a wild ride off the end of 2. Pat Rose will lead him off of the orange pylon now. Cody goes up on the low side, tries to catch him up quick. On the outside, Scott Ludorf with a fine pass. Ludorf, the third, tries to get up on the inside of Cody. Pat Rose, the JN Racing Budweiser Special, takes a little bit of a wide side line up on the inside, a pass side by side. Scott Ludorf takes the lead. In line, nose to tail, down the back straightaway by the orange pylon. We'll start our second 30 laps of the Lloyd Beard Classic. Chuck Miller utilizing
36 in. Ivan Warden 63, Hunter in 14 in. Dave Clark, here we go. Commencing on lap number 5. Tony Silva drops the green in. We got Ivan Warden catapulting up and into the tractor tire. A hard nose ram. He got green flag is out. 30-lap feature is underway. Johnny Lott in the 08. Buckley chassis makes the big jump, has the lead off of 2 down the back straightaway. Ray Rust moves into the inside line, the 4R car, and he pulls it off at turn number 4. Lambert takes command of that 4th spot. Lott running better than I've ever seen him run. Moves right back in front, coming off at turn number 4. Takes 4th away from Lambert. They're switching it on opposite ends of the track. Got a spin. Timmy Clausen gets it out of shape down in the corner and brings out the yellow. Lambert has moved up, picked up another position, got by CJ. And Boo Tyner is up battling Urton for 2nd spot. He's got Urton working up to the high side. Rust having problems. That thing's not working. He's catching part of the berm down in the corner. Urton has now gathered him up. Urton right behind him. Problems coming up on the 4R. Urton tried to make his pass and trying to stave off the challenge of Boo Tyner. Tyner right there knocking at the door, keeping the man happy. And Boo squeezes it on the high side of turn 4. Puts the Al Young number 17 up into 2nd spot. Here comes Boo. Boo has it way up on the high side, brings it off at turn number 2. The challenge is on. White flag is waved. Here it is, final corner, chasing it off at turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Ray Rust comes home the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Dave Bradway Jr. here at Silver Dollar Speedway, wish him on as we're set to go. Rossi and Ziske going head-to-head down the back chute. Ziske right there knocking on the door as they go into turn 3 at the start of this Dave Bradway Memorial Race. Kading trying to work the black number 69 up on Green. Here he comes, Green out of the groove, and Brent Kading now is 3rd. Eric Rossi on his way to victory, his first ever feature win here at Silver Dollar Speedway, approaching the final corner from Gilroy, California, the Family Auto Service Special, Eric Rossi. Then comes Mark Ziske, Brent Kading, Tim Green, Dan Burton, Greg DeCaris, Chuck Miller.
Checkered flag into the fence. Red flag. Kading to fourth, gets by Sills. There we go at the front side of it now, looking for lap traffic to make a play. Tim Green goes to the low side, takes the lead. Miller gets stuck behind a 17P car. Tim Green, your new leader. Steve Kent looks for second. Kent closes it back up big time in lap traffic. BK looks for a spot to try to get up. Kent goes to the inside and takes the lead. Steve Kent, a masterful job. Green tries a last-ditch effort as they go for the stripe. He comes up, but no, Steve Kent.
Bob Walker in car number 98. His car goes up in smoke on the back straightaway. Something has let go on the 98 car. Bob brings it to a sliding stop and a big burst of flame over there on car number 98. A lot of oil around there. The fire crew right on the scene in car number 98X.
We thrashed all week to get the motor together, and we just got it together about 11 o'clock today.
Steve Kent has won 2 of the last 3, and he's on the pole of this one tonight. The always exciting Randy Tyner outside of the front row with 2 great champions, Brent Kading and Tim Green in row 2. Here they come off of turn number 4 looking for a green flag, and we've got trouble on the front straightaway. Dwayne Scott upside down, vicious tumble down the front straightaway with Glenn Bonet in car number 24. Red flag is out. Roll cage holds up on car number 31. You can see the tail section absolutely ripped out of the rear end. They restart him on the back straightaway and come off of turn number 4. Brent Kading diving to the inside, looking for the lead with Steve Kent. They come down the front straightaway and Kent gets to the green flag first. Through 3 and off of 4, Steve Kent is going to win feature event number 5 on the dark season.
Hannigan's going to size him up and see where he wants to try to make a pass. Alden takes the lead. Alden, a good move up on the inside, takes the lead. Here comes Hannigan, splits the cars. Hannigan takes the low side. Alden up on the top of the racetrack, cuts the curve pretty hard, and gets Randy into the fence, and up and over. 4 miles. Rod Spencer from the outside in. Pat, oh, he saved it. About all he can say out of that. It's got problems. Pat Rose, bicycles up. Rose around the outside in the battle, and a side by side, he puts it in the fence and off the racetrack. Oh, and he gets into the fence. Oh, my. But look at the drive by driver Dave Thompson. The white flag comes down. A Steiner seems to run out somewhere along the line, whether it's fuel delivery or whatever. Chad with a good line off turn 2 takes back the lead. Brower in second. Ferguson up to third as Hilton drops back to fourth. Chad hanging up on the inside line takes the lead back. Greg Brower on the outside. Back and takes it back on the outside line as Chad's having a little trouble with the infield. Side by side racing down the back straightaway. Good stuff. Brower stays up on the outside. A good flag coming up. On the outside, coming down the front straightaway. Oh my goodness gracious. Brower swapped the line on him and came back to take the win. Hot traffic may make a play a part of this thing. Hannigan goes low up on the inside. Hannigan goes for the lead and gets it. Miller going to try to stay up on the top, keep the wheels running. Comes out of front, takes the lead. Chuck Miller. Miller with a good drive off third two. Hannigan comes back side by side. Oh, it's great. Pat Rose in the battle with Tom Henry for third. He's got the spot. Henry gets up on the outside and Caracello comes
just picked up McDonald's. It's time for a Big Mac.
And we're ready to go with the semi-main event. Bob Walker and Danny Olmstead on the front row. Kyle Shield upside down hard out of the ballpark at car number 16. The Northern Auto Racing Club sprint cars on parade, brought to you by Budweiser, the King of Beers. Beautiful 4x4 formation. Tim Green makes a nice move, splitting cars. The one left from Tommy Esposito and Gary Willie. Tim Green has some breathing room. Kading now is around 10th in the battle for second. Brent Kading has taken over the run-on spot. He too splits cars over in turn number 2. Great racing at Antioch as we complete lap number 9. Green goes down to the bottom, Kading's up on the top, as Green makes another move. Kading is into the wall hard here on the front straightaway, and the yellow flag is out. Kent goes to the bottom. He's got a shot at the lead as they come down to the stripe to complete lap number 27. Tim Green still the leader. Steve Kent closes up one more time on the backside. They go down in traffic trying to put a lap on Poland, and Steve Kent goes to the inside to take over the lead at the conclusion of lap number 28. Green's going to try to come back. Kent down to the bottom. He's bottled up for a second, but Steve Kent will get the win in car number 11.
Tom Henry comes around the outside, makes a great pass. Tom Henry up to third. Tom gets the car working right. He goes to second spot. A great job. Tom Henry with a great start takes off again. Pat rolls around the outside of the Hurricane. Side by side into turn 3. Hannigan stays on the low side. Rolls, almost comes around. Look at that 30 horsepower there, huh? Big time, Wheelstead. And he gets it that time as Tom Henry jumps the cushion. Miller tries the wide side, gets the gas up, Miller to second. Chuck Miller on a hard charge. Look out, he comes down to backstraight. Miller down to backstraight. Hannigan's going to stay low. Miller needs to drive. He needs to keep the cushion working for him. At the stripe.
I can't say enough for when his car owners can't get closure. They got to be some of the best car owners around.
Burton's having the problem with the engine oiling. McMahon upside down will bring the red flag out. Greg Brown will come home the winner, followed by Danny Burton in a smoking number 10. Greg DeCaris is next, then Shane Scott. Looks like, and we get the 15 car riding up and over. Eric Rossi set to go, coming off the corner. Here is the flag, and we're underway. It is McMahon receiving the jump, and out in front is Paul McMahon. Scott trying to move high, gets off the edge. Kading is right there and underneath him. McMahon now racing up behind the 98 car of Walker. Look at Pilot. He goes underneath Lambert going into turn number 3, and Kevin Pilot gains a spot. Willie, though, as Lambert comes right back after him on the outside. Upside down, a double flip in the corner. One is Lambert. The other one is Sills. Currently Paul McMahon, Dan Burton, then comes Kevin Pilot, Greg DeCaris, Brent Kading, Jamie Cobby, Tim Green, Steve Kent, Shane Scott, and Daryl Hannestead. Now it's brother against brother as Paul will be coming up on Bobby. And Paul now working right behind him as the other two cars close up. Paul slides to the inside of his brother. His brother gives him plenty of room. Maybe that's a good sign. Then Bobby goes back to full racing speed. Here comes Pilot on top as he's trying to go around the number 10 of Burton, and look out for Kading as Kading goes by Pilot. 25 laps down, 5 laps to go. It's McMahon, Burton, and Keating, 1, 2, 3. Greg DeCaris in fourth. Then comes Kevin Pilot. Here comes BK. Keating goes around. Burton has now set sail up, and he's into the lead. Grant Keating and car 69 flashing by, followed by Paul McMahon. Then comes Danny Burton, Greg DeCaris, Steve Kent, Kevin Pilot, Tim Green.
Car number 10, Danny Burton. Car number 7, out of Placerville, California. His time in 11:59, Jimmy Sills. And your fast timer tonight, just 5/100ths of a second off the track record. He's out of Elk Grove, California. Timed at 11:33, Greg DeCaris. Car number 7, Jimmy Sills. Marvin Mitchell, high off 1 and 2. Is he still going? No, yellow comes out. Coors Light, the beer stand. We got beer sausages. We got hamburgers, hot dogs, all sorts of stuff. So maybe take a break right now. Wait for this darn shower to get out of here.
That's a 12:4:87. 1:2:4:87. Fast time on the evening. Greg DeCaris sets fast time 12:4:87. The 93 Dirt Cup is officially underway. And trouble going into turn number 1. John Vandenberg up into the wall and upside down. Not the way we wanted to start off this one. Pays $1,000 to the winner, but more importantly, it pays 100 points to the winner. 99 points for second, 98 for third. Trouble in turn number 4. We have 2 cars on their sides. Jason Lund, the 8, just tipped over at the very end. He shouldn't have a problem restarting. Butch Gilbert, your race leader, but the man on the move is Tim Green. The number 14 car has moved up the 4th spot. Timmy Green. Trouble in turn 3, trouble in 3. And we've got more trouble over in turns 3 and 4. Tim Green moves into second place. He's going after Gilbert now. Gilbert the 04, Green the 14. Let's watch Tim Green. He's going to use the high side right up behind Butch Gilbert now. Now Green tries the low groove, and Gilbert moves upstairs. Gilbert says no. Down the back straightaway, into turn number 3. This time, Gilbert goes back down low. Timmy Green upstairs takes the lead. Tim Green, your new leader. And trouble on the back stretch. And we've got a red flag. The back straightaway is blocked. Timmy Green off of turn number 4 will win tonight's main event, scooting through the lap cars. Ronnie Day second with a spinning Denny Smith, third to Greg Brown. 1-2-2-8-3, a new track record. And again, 1-2-2-8, unbelievable. And even faster, 1-2-2-49. Main event winner this year, Tim Levine. Oh no. The red flag out. A Friday night A-main event. Jimmy Sills up to 4th on the restart. Here comes Ziske underneath him. Your leader, Daryl Hannestad. Burton running second. Sills is third. As your leader, Hannestad, now coming up on the back markers as he's caught up to your last place car of Ballinger. As Hannestad having a hard time getting around this group here, Beavert and Ballinger, he splits the two of them. What a great pass. Sills now diving low, he dashes high, he'll wash out, gets it back. Great save by Sills. Kading also looking for room. But your leader is Hannestad. The 27 car slicing through traffic expertly. So your leader, Hannestad, with Sills now going to make the pass down low. Jimmy Sills takes the lead out of 2. Here comes Hannestad back low. Here comes Burton as he'll pass Hannestad for the second position. As Burton, here comes McMillan trying to slide job your leader, Sills. No room there. Sills, what a rocket, and Burton now starting to make a move on your leader. White flag one more time around. What a battle. Here comes Burton down low. The car washes out. Not enough traction on the low side. So Kent trying to get Burton. He slams it. Here we go. The win to Jimmy Sills. Second to Steve Kent. Third is Burton. Fourth, Hannestad. Fifth, Kading. As Jimmy Sills puts the Don Barry Construction number 7 into winner's circle. 40 laps, $12,000 to win. Steve Kent, the 11, Tim Green, the 14, into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Jim Dennis waves the green flag. Here we go! Your leaders now coming up in traffic as we watch the leaders go into turn number 3. Tim Green, Steve Kent. Kent will try and take advantage of this situation. Heavy traffic for your lead cars. Down the back straightaway, Tim Green, the 14. Steve Kent down low. Tim Green between a couple cars spinning. Oh my, we're gonna have a red flag. Red flag. Your leaders. Tim Green, Steve Kent, bobbing and weaving in and out of the lap cars. Chuck Miller running 4th, the 24 car. Brent Kading 5th, the 69. The backstretch and into turn number 3. Jimmy Sills is going to try and take advantage of the slower cars. Down the front straightaway. Green, Sills, here comes Kent. Steve Kent down low. Back into second place. Tim Green looking for his 3rd Super Dirt Cup victory. His last win came in 1986. We watch the 14 car down the back straightaway here at Skagit Speedway. Into 3 and off of turn number 4. He is now a 3-time Dirt Cup champion. Tim Green, your winner. Steve Kent 2nd. Kading 3rd. Jimmy Sills 4th. And the big check for $12,000 for Tim Green, being presented by Mr. Randy Pratt.
Sargent up on the high side. Sargent off of the Hannigan, driving it hard in the bottom side, and it is Kurt Sargent picking up the checkered flag and breaking the street of Randy Hannigan. I think he's going to be outside their tire going down. Randy Hannigan down to the hole, they touch, they get together. The fire is on. Here we go. Bob Henry goes up on the inside, and the TNT interior glass system specially takes him out over the fence. Oh! Flag coming out. Car upside down. Randy Hannigan takes the lead. Hannigan down on the low side, 20 down, 10 to go. Rossi comes back, takes the lead. We've had more lead changes here in the last 10 laps than we've had in 10 races. Chuck Miller comes up on him.
balances with Green. What will happen when he gets back underneath Hannestead? What will happen to the wire? Oh, it's too close to call. It's a close one between Walker and Hannestead at the wire. And after the judges have conferred, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, perhaps by inches tonight, in car number 71 in, Daryl Hannestead. And it's Green off and running, now passing the 99 of Esposito. Trouble for Sargent. We've got a car on its side over in turn number 2. I think Jimmy's ready to go. He just lapped the pace car. Looks like Brent might be set up to take that bottom side as DeCaris runs third. Oh, we got trouble. Brazier sideways, McMillan into him, and there'll be a yellow. McMillan still has the throttle down. McMillan finally gets it shut off after he runs over Brazier 3 times. Head-to-head, wing-to-wing down the back chute. Green in trouble. Kent will take fourth. Here comes McMahon challenging Green as Green got up and hooked the cushion. DeCaris challenging Katie, but Jimmy Sills is off and running. Sills has built a 6-car length advantage, and they're going here. And now DeCaris underneath BK. DeCaris on the start. Jimmy Sills, Greg DeCaris. Sills on top into turn 3. Can he hold it? Sills off in the corner. He drives his heart out. The white is waving. Jimmy Sills running on top of the track. Greg DeCaris on the bottom. Sills wheels down the backstretch. Looks to turn 3. Bounces off a cushion. The checkered is waving. Jimmy Sills.
What a run, Greg. I think I woke up that old man.
Turn number 4, here's your Trophy Dash winner, Kevin Filan, car number 3. He gets the job done. Dwayne Scott finishes second. Third goes to Greg DeCaris. Fourth to Shane Scott. And Kevin Filan is upside down in car number 3 in between turns 3 and 4 on the cool-down lap. Who's it going to be getting the jump? Greg Blevins in that 360 power plant on the pole. Randy Tyner outside the front row. We're going to turn him loose. Blevins slides high, Tyner down low. He's going to lead lap number 1. Greg Brown still third. Greg Blevins runs 4th. Gary Faravani 5th. Brent Kading is 6th. Bobby McMahon 7th. Scooter Lambert 8th. Tim Green 9th. Kading now takes over 5th. And Tim Green riding the rim now, trying to drive around Faravani and Brown. He gets around Faravani and takes over 5th. Steve Kent into the lead in car number 11. This Kent, he has to take evasive action as Alan Bradway slides right in front of him. Tires all over him going into turn number 1. Here's Kading down low. Kading goes to the inside of Tyner, and Brent Kading takes over the runner-up spot. And the leaders pull up on him now with 18 laps down. Big-time traffic lying ahead. Ken opens the door, and there's Brent Kading. He takes the lead. Brent Kading, a 5-time NAR champion in car number 69, gets the win.
Tim Green in the number 14 takes the inside line on the restart, and Rossi holds him off on the top side, and it's Rossi out front as they go into turn number 1. Brent Kading holds down the 3rd spot. Dwayne Scott Kevin Pilan's luck has not turned for the better here at Chico. He is upside down once again in heat race number 1. We see that it is Lee Brewer, the Tennessee transplant, out front. Danny Olmstead taking a low line and getting up over a wheel, and he goes over about 4 times, collecting Jamie Cobby in the 18 car in the process. Len Bonet in turn 1. Kading looking for a way around, tries the inside, backs off, heads down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Kading looking for a way to move around the car. Bonet clips a tire. Gets up in the air, actually falls in the front end of Kading. Kading gasses the car, makes it by the red flag with severe front end damage. Kading on the throttle. Brown, a lap car in between the leader. We've got Hall spinning in turn number 4. Cars taking evasive action. It looks like Jason McMillan getting over the wheel of Jimmy Sills, and he takes a ride off of turn number 4. Come off of 2. We see Shane Scott going high, trying to move around Brown. Brown goes up high, blocks the lane. He tries to make it in between two cars. Brown and Scott come together, and Scott runs over the front wheel of Sills. Brent Kading off of turn number 4, looking at the checkered flag, makes it 2 in a row here at Chico.
And here's Brian Bullard in car number 14. He's up into 5th. Bullard goes to the high side. He's going to try to drive around them both in turn number 4. Brian Bullard in the 14B moves up into 3rd. We've got one in the wall. It's your leader, Darrell Arnold. Arnold against the wall in between turns 1 and 2. Yellow flag is out. Kevin Hurt and David Vodden. Tony Richards now to the inside of Jim Van Laer. Tony Richards takes over the 3rd spot. He's going for 2nd. He wants some more. Inside of David Vodden. Vodden gets it sideways, spins in front of Van Laer. Van Laer spins and David Vodden upside down. And a little fire over there. Vodden is out of the car. Vodden's out of the car. As we continue to move along here in the 360 Sprint Car feature, Ronnie Day going to work on the inside of Randy Hannigan right now in the battle for the number 3 spot. Those 3 really dicing. Day goes up to the high side. Hannigan is down low. Ronnie Day drives around Randy Hannigan. He takes over the number 3 spot. And Ronnie Day has pulled right up on the backside of Brian Bullard. It is Ronnie Day going to the inside of Brian Bullard, and it is checkout time for Ronnie Day. He takes the lead. He set fast time. He won his heat, and he wins the main. A clean sweep for Ronnie Day in car number 5. He's your feature winner. 2nd spot is, we've got trouble over there in turn number 4. A couple of cars, and we've got another one really get gathered in. Don Johnson gets in there, trouble all over the place in turn number 4 as they come through, and now we've got them flipping on the front straightaway. Dave Davidson in the 3D upside down again. $18,459. Here they come off of turn number 4. Randy Tyner is going to get the first call. They take the green flag and go into turn number 1. Sills gets it sideways. He's tapped by Steve Kent. Sills goes spinning, collected by Lindsey Casto. Casto upside down in turn number 2. Havoc. Everyone tries to get out of the way. Lindsey Casto ends up upside down. Greg DeCare's right there. Here we go one more time. Kent goes to the bottom. Randy Tyner goes to the bottom. A little contact made between the two coming off of turn number 4. Randy Tyner's going to lead this one at the stripe. Off of turn number 4, winning the tribute to Gary Patterson is Randy Tyner. 2nd spot goes to Steve Kent. 3rd to Greg DeCare.
This is what it's all about. Miller calls it up, goes around the outside, takes the lead back from Hannigan. Hannigan goes low, and Herrick takes it back, gets the slide on the front end. Too many cars in the way. Soldier! Hannigan gets by Miller. Hannigan sets the lane, he's got it set up now. Miller on the gas, they come down. Randy Hannigan!
3 down. Ronnie Day trying to hold off Brent Kading. Time is running out. Day may have to venture to the top to get around Gary Willie. Here's Brent Kading to the inside in turn number 4. Day with the horsepower tries to come back on the outside. They race into turn number 1. It's the way down low. It's the lead. Day comes back up to the top. They'll try to chase him down. Gary Willie is immediately in front. 3 laps to go. Ronnie Day is not through yet. He's going to have another shot at Brent Kading. Kading still working, trying to get around Gary Willie. They complete lap number 28. 2 laps to go. It's real tight. It's Kading, then Day, 1 and 2. Down the back chute into turn number 3. Kading still trying to deal with Gary Willie in traffic at the white flag. One more time around. Day's going to close up on the backside. They head down the back chute. Day tries to get up a run. He goes to the outside. It's Kading down to the bottom. Up in turn number 4, your speed week champion. Brent Kading gets the win. His 3rd in 5 nights of racing. His 15th on the season and win number 8 this year with the Budweiser Northern Auto Racing Club Sprint Cars.
takes the lead as they come out of turn number 2 over Miller. A lot of scrambling going on. 4 abreast to come off turn number 2. Darwell Machine, the Apalachee Special, Tim Green with the win.
Nobby winning 4 times last year. Danny Main picking up the victory in the 35 car, along with Jimmy Sills and Mike Hubert. Pacific Sprint Cars, green light is on, we're underway. Kevener, some trouble here in the stretch and into the wall. Well, the good news is the drivers are okay, we're told. The car caught in the wheel fence as it did its job. Mark Evans across the line. Plenty of moisture on that racetrack, but it's rough and it's tough and it's mean. Clausen, your leader, in trouble. Here goes Erton into the lead. He tied as the white flag will be unfurling off of the stand to Kevener as he passes this with 1 lap to go. Bullard still on the chase. Through the final south turn, down the back straightaway into the north corner, and here comes Bullard making his move on top. Can he hold it? Brian Bullard going for the win. Can he do it? Bullard pulls it off. Erton is defeated here in Chico. Tim Clausen is next in line.
Here's Kading going to the top side now off of turn number 2. Faravani slides up. Brent Kading takes the lead in car number 69. Faravani relegated to second. Mark Ziske is there in third. And Mark Ziske is going to take a shot at second now as he goes to the top. The car bikes, cartwheels hard. Mark Ziske over and over in turn number 2. Red flag is out. As they completed the 8th lap, he's got to run down the back straightaway. Kent and Day drag race into turn number 3. They go 3 wide into 3. Off of turn number 4, Steve Kent on the bottom, Ronnie Day on top, white flag. Into turn number 1, Day slides across the groove out in front. Kent's going to have a charge on him down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Kent goes to the bottom, Day on top. Day has to get out of it. Kent back on it, at the stripe. It's a photo finish, too close to call. By a front bumper.
And not a large front bumper.
Not a large front bumper. Ronnie Day in car number 5 gets the win in heat race number 4. Trophy dash time. Paul McMahon in car number 2 gets a jump, but there's Brent Kading right there down on the bottom, takes the lead away. Here comes McMahon back in car number 2. Kading has momentum up there on the top side. He's going to take a look down at the inside this time. Paul McMahon holds the lead. BK runs second. Ronnie Day is third. BK taking a look back down on the bottom once again. Those two make contact down the back straightaway. They race hard. BK goes right back at Paul McMahon in turn number 3. They drift up off of turn number 4 and come down to complete lap number 2. 2 laps to go. This is anybody's race, and this is a heck of a trophy dash. Brent Kading coming back to the inside. They race side by side into turn number 3. Neither one gives an inch, and Brent Kading slides across the groove with the lead. Here comes Paul McMahon back at the white flag with the wheelie down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Paul McMahon has the lead. BK hooks the cushion off of turn number 2. Ronnie Day's not out of it. Into 3, into 4. BK low. McMahon high. Ronnie Day low. They make contact. McMahon slides. Ronnie Day gets the win. Brent Kading is second. Third spot goes to Monty Facino. Paul McMahon in the 2 ends up stopped. The best trophy dash I have ever seen, period.
Get the money and the trophy and meet the trophy girl. That's what the deal's about.
Well, that's what we race for. I think, you know, that to show off a little bit for everybody and put on a good show. I hope you guys are enjoying it tonight. It's fun out here.
Into turn number 3, Steve Kent sticks his nose out in front. Walker tries to come back, and the 71 of Craig Smith runs right into the back of car number 11, Steve Kent, and he is none too happy about that. He stands on it and keeps it going. It's going to be Steve Kent on the bottom, and he's got it. Brent Kading has found something on the top, and he makes the pass for the lead. Day comes right back, those two having a great race. Chuck Miller joins the freight jump on the outside, and it's 3 abreast racing. Miller drives around them both. Chuck Miller has moved into the number 4 spot, now sets his sights on Bobby McMahon. 21 laps have been completed. Kading the leader.
Lee Brewer is in second. Chuck Miller takes it over. It's a battle down the front straightaway. Brent Kading has the lead. Chuck Miller runs in the number 2 spot. He drives it in awfully deep. BK's got some horsepower down the back straightaway, but Chuck Miller takes the lead. He's thinking about that clean sweep. He set fast time. He won the dash. He won his heat. He's looking for a main event win. Chuck Miller in car number 24 KT. The rim riding performance gets him the win. Brent Kading holds on for second. Jimmy Sills is third.
Mark Flurd will lead him down the back straightaway, but the Hurricane and Sparky Howard chasing. Here we go. Flurd goes to the low side. Hannigan goes top side. Hannigan puts it down to the floor. Heavy metal. And he does it again, ladies and gentlemen, the Hollywood man, Hurricane Randy Hannigan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first season of 360 Division Racing. And the champion, Randy Hannigan. And he'll quickly, real quickly go off now and find some other car to drive. Tony Carasello comes back, but they got lots of traffic. Who's going to stick the nose in? Green wins. Rossi is second, third at the stripe is Hannigan.
And the first lap before Bobby Early's down there flirting with an 11.080 on the first round for Bobby McMahon. And the second lap is a new track record 10.929.
Okay, here we go. Bring Rick Shatarian in here. We got a 4, a couple 6s, a couple 8s, and a 10. There you go. And Samantha Poole's an 8. And judging from the reaction from Paul McMahon, that probably puts him somewhere near the front row here.
Paul McMahon and Greg DeCaris, 2 really good friends up there on the front row. They'll be looking for the green flag, and again, it's Greg DeCaris in car number 88 in. He's been shut out this season, looking for his first win. Steve King gives it everything he's got. He drives it hard down the back straightaway, up to the top. DeCaris down low. He's got feature win number 1 this season. Greg DeCaris wins it. He, Paul McMahon, and Dan Belton, the 410s in here. The rest are 360s. Oh, and Paul McMahon folds up the front end after he got nailed, and we've just taken out every one of the 410 sprint cars in the field. Hang on to that fucking Bronco there, Paul. 25 down, 5 to go. Jason Lund gets it sideways at turn number 1, and he loops it. Kading trying to get up there and catch this youngster from Colfax. The white flag comes out. Weiss stumbles a little bit down the front straightaway. Kading closes. We've got a spin and a turnover in turn number 1. The red flag's going to come out, and just as they would come to this stripe, we're going to have to revert back. This race is not over. Kading's come from 8th to 2nd, and Colby Weiss has done a fantastic job trying to hold him off up there at the front. The white flag flies. Bobby McMahon gets to the inside of Robert Farr and takes over the 3rd spot. Scooter Lambert limping off the racetrack in car number 1. Kading drives it in deep in car number 69. Weiss brings it around off of turn 4. He wins it. Colby Weiss in car number 21 wins it. Brent Kading in car number 69 finishes 2nd. You've seen one of the biggest upsets in the history of the Northern Auto Racing Club. A 17-year-old kid in a 360-powered sprint car wins it tonight.
I tell you, it's hell to get beat by a guy you don't even know his goddamn name, but this kid did one great job.
Out front, but gets the Hurricane on the move on the outside. Hannigan goes high, now dives low. Hannigan trying to take the lead here. Oh, we got a tangle. Racino sideways. 4, 5 cars, 6 cars now involved. Start, now we're underway. Green flag is out. Gordon goes to the outside, but Hannigan goes higher and higher, and he takes the lead on the first two turns. Miller in traffic and a great move. Checkered flag. Chuck Miller!
Kim on top goes after DeCaris in traffic. Here comes Steve Kim off of turn number 4, your new leader. Kent comes through turn number 4. It will be Steve Kent. Wayne now will have traffic of 3 and 4 to contend with once again. He's drifting dangerously high, though, exiting turn number 4, and Kading is banging on the door. Oh, here's a problem. Scott drifts out of the grove. Kading zooms by. They're together. Kading and Scott make contact. Scott tears the front wing. He gets back to the racetrack. He holds third, but DeCaris rolls into second. Brent Kading slowing. Man was flat tire. There's a problem for Kading. DeCaris is your leader. McMahon roars up on his bumper, but DeCaris will pull in the victory. Right now, I know there's a big cheering section for this guy tonight. Greg DeCaris in car number 88 in. Your feature winner.
The teenager, Kurt Nelson, jumps out on the front side of it. Pat Rose goes in the low side again. Kicks by Miller. And luckily enough, did not go over. Jason Statler puts a wheel up on the inside, says hello. Cooks the corner, catches the traction. What a job of this. Jason Statler all inspiring. And we got big time fire. Mr. Excitement, and he is on fire, Major League. Poof! The hot foot of the night. And Howard mounts up on Tom Henry. Miller comes up on the inside, takes the lead. Checkered flag, George Miller!
Are the drivers ready? Do they look ready? Gonna find out. Green flag in hand, about to go. 30 laps. The hammers are down, and it's Osling getting a jump on the Ripper. Steve Osling in the lead with Williams second, followed by English and Klein. Williams side by side with the leader. The leader now into turn number 1, and it's a side-by-side race. Cars come together. Williams, your brand new leader. Car upside down. Bob Walker, car number 98. And we got a massive pile up in turn 1. Your leader would appear to be involved. Car number 47 trying to avoid a flipping. Car number 98 brings her to a halt. And a wheel stand by car 47. Ford powered by Sweeney now takes the lead with 19 laps down. Osling now going to try the low side. Osling not going to give up quite yet. Who's it going to be? Ed Sweeney, followed by Osling.
Dave Thompson takes the lead, throws it into turn number 1. Pat Rose tries to get up on the inside of Folger and does. Rose and driver did. No. Tom Henry goes along for the ride. Miller goes to the low side. Ouch. Eric Rossi from second to first, and a great job for Eric Rossi from Gilroy. Lights out. The Hurricane and the Rocket Man lead him down. Here we go, 100 laps of racing. Unbelievable occurrence at 10 laps. And Rossi comes up lame. Oh no! Eric Rossi from last to third, and a yellow. Checkered flag out, first 50 down, Chuck Miller. 15 cars started our final 50-lap segment, and Miller is off on the run side of it. Rick Martin coming up on the back of Caracello now, as is Tom Henry. Tom Henry, good drive up on the inside, takes third position away from Martin. Fifth place, the Country Builders Construction Special, is that of the Hurricane, Randy Hannigan, who's going to try to get one of his laps back here pretty quickly on Rick Martin. Driver Dave Thompson goes by, and Hannigan goes by both. Sergeant Chuck Miller, the winner. I think the other side of the coin is that right now, ladies and gentlemen, the track championship won by the #1 car. Randy the Hurricane Hannigan of the Celebrity Dodge Terry Hannigan Racing comes up with the championship.
It came out of a lot of hard work. You know, it's all my crew, my brother, and everybody that supported me. If it wasn't for them, you know, we wouldn't be here tonight.
Congratulations, Randy.
Comes on out. Checkered flag comes on out, and what a race.
Congratulations. I want to ask you about, in turn number 2, right about the middle of the race, you and Dave Blaney made a little contact back there. That's when things were really the tightest of the race. What happened?
Well, what happened is I got in a little cautious and got the car kind of bound up, and it kind of rolled up on the right rear. And I stopped, and Dave had nowhere to go. I'm just fortunate enough that he got out of the pedal and let me keep racing, and he continued on also.
Over 100 miles an hour average around this racetrack. 11.717. That is a new track record. The Yankees going the wrong way. 7 laps completed, 3 more to go. Got one car upside down. How about the King, Steve Kinzer? Okay, how about a green flag? Hit by the 77 automobile Smith. Kading is spun out in 69. Your first and second place getting knocked around there. Up in front. And you've got Smith running first. Hillenberg is second. Blaney is now moved up behind him. As they come into traffic, your new leader is Andy Hillenberg. A new race leader. You've got Stevie Smith. Heidler getting his car off the track. He does so as we've got another car.
Man, great job. Yeah, hell of a race, man. Hell of a race.
Thanks.
That was a fun one there.
Trying to make a move for that 4th position, trying an inside move on Hubert to see if he can make it work. And off of turn number 4, Hubert, upside down here in the front straightaway.
car hitting the wall solidly and then flipping up into the fence. And Hubert comes to a rest here on the front straightaway. Safety crew on the way over as Mike Hubert has taken a terrible tumble here on the front straightaway. Mike Hubert out of the race car and appears to be okay, probably just a little shaken up. Hillenberg on the outside, and Kinzer with a good start at the line, and he takes the field into turn number 1. As they come through 1 and 2, some wheel banging going on in 1 and 2 as the field goes down the back straight. We got a car upside down, and it's the 2 of the yellow cars of the 22 of Hodenshield and the 71 of Jacobs. Both those guys trying to come from the back, and some heavy traffic as Hodnett involved as well as the field gets strung out here. Hillenberg trying to go to work on Kinzer, and we've got another car upside down, another yellow car, and it's Hodnett involved in yet another yellow car. This one, Dale Laxo getting upside down in turn number 3. Hodnett's going to have to learn to avoid those yellow cars. That's the third one he's been involved with tonight, and Dale Laxo climbing out from under the 39. A little lead off of turn number 2. And there's Ronnie Day and Jeff Swindell also battling for position. Ronnie Day number 5, Swindell goes to the inside. And that number 7 car, here's a race for the lead, and Hillenberg looks like that late race setup working for him. He has taken the lead. So Hillenberg, your leader, into turn number 3, up behind Hodnett. And almost off the racetrack, Stevie Kinzer almost off the turn 4 area and going by. One bobble by Steve Kinzer, and there goes Stevie Smith. Hillenberg driving that SDP number 2 to perfection tonight. White flag, 1 lap to go, and it looks like Hillenberg's got it locked up here with about a 7-car lead over Stevie Smith, who is really trying to reel him in. Lap traffic may be a factor here as Hillenberg up behind the number 3 of Kevin Pilot as they come through 3. Last time through 3 off of 4. Here comes Smith down on the inside. It's side by side at the start-finish line. It's going to be Hillenberg. It's Stevie Smith by 3 feet, making it 2 in a row.
Good job, man. Thanks, man. Good job,
2 in a row. And Hillenberg is on it. Car number 2. He'll bring it down to the checkered flag. How about a new track record?
16, 9, 0, 1. Continues to lead with 9 down, 3 to go. It's Lindsey Castell. Kenny Jacobs in the 71 in second. Dwayne Scott in the 31 third. And a big time fire down the front chute. Red flag coming out. Danny Burton, motor let's go in car number 10. A big time flame up. And he's bailing out of that race car. Danny Burton in car number 10 bails out of the car. Off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, looking for a green flag. We go racing, and then Blaney in car number 10 is the first one into turn number 1. Blaney still the leader. Good battle for third right now between Hodenshield and Hillenberg, the 22 and the 2. And those two are closing up on your leaders. We've got trouble. The battle for third got so exciting that those two got together. Hillenberg is able to keep it going somehow. Hodenshield comes to a stop. And once again, Steve Kinzer pulls right up on the backside of Blaney. Those two are going to be in deep traffic. Blaney bobbles and Steve Kinzer takes the lead. Steve Kinzer in front of the Robin. Friday night feature winner at Calistoga. Second goes to Dave Blaney. Third, Stevie Smith. Fourth, the 2 of Andy Hillenberg.
Now, you know, it's the greatest uplift that I've ever had in racing.
My brother Randy had won a race in Benton, and my dad had won Putnamville, and I guess Mark had won Sharon, so we're just pretty well covering all parts of the country this weekend.
Hannigan, ladies and gentlemen, 1-4, 0-2-4, new track record, almost a 13-second lap. 71M sets the pace. Jason Statler on the outside. Let's see what happens. Oh, scattered start here as they come down. A big wheel stand by Jacobs. Keep your eye on the 77. Stevie Smith will work the high side and go after the leaders. Out of turn number 4. Stevie Smith now dives to the inside of Jason Statler. Holding down that third spot. Stevie Smith all over the back of the Budweiser, number 22. Ronnie Day leads the field. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. 20 laps, 4 move to the main event tomorrow night. Nice, good start coming off of turn number 4. We are underway. Look up on the high side. Miller trying to get the start, and Miller goes to third. It is Ronnie Day out front. Stevie Smith second. Steve Kent goes to the inside of Miller. Hodges got the hammer down. And once that transfer spot, he's bouncing through 1 and 2. He's on the outside again. Hodges now moves to 4. Ronnie Day off the racetrack. The leader, Ronnie Day, goes off the racetrack. Drops to second. Ronnie Day trying an inside move on Stevie Smith. Ronnie Day trying to get by Smith off the racetrack. On fire here at Berryhill. Engine fire on the 97. And checkered flag is out. Your winner, Stevie Smith, picks up the win. Steve Kenter is second. Ronnie Day is third.
But all 3 get through. Turn into a genuine Frankfurter, Andy. San Jose hot dog.
The B main, 5 to make the transfer. Here we go. Oh! Stevie Smith, Steve Kinder. Heavy metal. Green for go. Stevie Smith goes to the top of the racetrack. Kinzer in the second spot. Stevie Smith down the front straightaway. Start lap number 6. Tammy Swindell, Andy Hillenberg, and a couple of orange cars. Swindell immediately goes to the top of the racetrack, tries to pick up some spot, and gets by Steve Kent. Swindell then goes slow in the Tri-C car, trying to get Ronnie Day. Stevie Smith wide on the line. Kinzer goes for him. White flag out last lap. Stevie Smith. Steve Kinzer, two Stevie side by side, just gets him back, takes him down the back straightaway. Stevie Smith, no cars in between, a drag race, get out the broom, Stevie Smith with his swipe.
Jimmy Sills charges into the dirt, boat may be trapped, off the corner they come, the white flag is waving, it's going to go to the final lap. The final run here in Chico, a quarter mile from the distance, down the backstretch they go. Sills doesn't get the break. He's off the racetrack, and Billy Boat looks like he's headed for victory. Down to the checkered flag, it will be Billy Boat.
Statler, little wheel stand off of the corner as they go for turn number 1. And Jason Statler finds a groove out there. Oh, and Ventura gets excited and upside down as he becomes the first rollover victim for the 93 Gold Cup. And car number 69 can he continue his dominance here in Chico for 1993 with a Gold Cup victory. A great possibility. Your winner, Brent Katie. Getting right up on top, here comes Stevie Smith making his move as Hannigan's on the bottom. Smith hooked up hard on the top. Here comes Hillenberg, followed by Blaney and Jacobs. And Hannigan has just shown everybody how to get around this quarter mile. Can he pull it off down the final stretch? Here comes Smith with 1 bit on the top. Stevie Smith on top of the racetrack. Hannigan's right there.
It will be Hannigan. Smith is next, followed by Blaney, Hillenberg, and Jacobs. For the second night, it's a man from California that rolls up in a black car to this start-finish line, and they are deservedly excited down here right now. This is the biggest accomplishment of my life here, you know, and I'm real happy for Randy. I hope we can beat him tomorrow night, though. I hear that. As we get set to go in this 20-lap B main event, 4 cars make the feature. Here they come off the turn. Everybody on the throttle. Kinzer in low trouble at the start. And there is Kinzer with a flat tire, and the yellow is out. My goodness, this is not typical Steve Kinzer. And this 40th anniversary historic Gold Cup Race of Champions, let's wish them off in grand fashion and grand style as they go wing to wing and side by side in groups of 4. The quartet's the best in sprint car racing. Join us for this historic Gold Cup showdown. Smith, Katie, then comes Hannigan and Hodenschild now. Correction there. Hodenschild in 4th spot, followed by Darrell Hannestead. Then comes Hillenberg, Swindell, DeCaris, and Blaney. Now Blaney making a move to the top. Continues to be Smith on a rampage. Now in traffic, goes around Aaron Berryhill in the 97 and laps Steve Kent in the 11K. And Smith on the top of the racetrack. It will be Stevie Smith in car 77.
The latest stop was in Marysville for the Budweiser shootout, and Kading was again the man.
With only 3 races left on the year, the action started off Saturday as expected, rough and rugged. In the first heat race, Rick Hurst and Tom Henry got a little too aggressive coming off turn 4, sending Henry end over end and up into the fence. Everybody was okay, but the word on the track was that it was a pretty rough surface out there. In the feature race, Brett Kading was on the pole with a 60-point lead to protect, and everyone behind him was trying to catch him. So what do you get when you combine an eager field and a rough track? You guessed it, a caution on the first lap. But amazingly, no serious damage for anyone, and they all lined up to try it again. This time, it was a success, especially for Randy Tyner in the 17R, as he was on the outside of the first row and had no trouble getting out front of Kading. And that's where he would stay for the first 26 laps, with BK right behind him, waiting for an opportunity to take over the top spot. And that opportunity came when Tyner in the 17 car got caught down on the inside with the lap traffic, giving Kading the faster groove to the outside. From that point on, it was elementary, as Kading held on to claim his 11th North win of the year and also increased his lead in the points over Steve Kent, but BK knows it isn't over yet.
Well, it's not wrapped up. I mean, there's still 2 races to go. Steve Kent's a tough competitor. Greg DeCaris is right there. But the credit goes to all the crew, the sponsors, all the manufacturers behind us. The products have been hanging in there with us. I just get the enjoyment of riding the thing around the racetrack.
Yeah, BK looked like he's having a good time.
Miller coming up on the 22, the Budweiser back rows. Which is way underneath. Kading on the move, got by the 11 of Steve Kent. Kent takes it right back. Kyle Shields splits up the leaders. Kent down to the low side, takes the lead. Steve Kent, number 11, out in front. Caught up in traffic once again. Steve Kent gets by the wall of Gordon Rogers. Kading works his way through. We got one upside down. The red light is out. Side by side, 2, 3, coming over 4. They come to the white flag, and it's Kent out in front. Lambert breaks in between them. That's all she wrote. Down the back straightaway, into turn number 3. Steve Kent knows the tail. Kading spins. Kent comes over winner, and Kading left center at the line.
to possibly another NARC championship, and you got to be excited about that, you know, the possibility of winning another one.
Well, we really are. It's been a long season, but a great season. I'm excited yet a little nervous. It's going to be a tough night. Got a lot of tough race cars here. Track conditions look a little challenging, but we're just going to go out there and do our best.
Do you approach it any differently tonight? Any different strategy going for the race win tonight or for the points win?
Well, we're always there for the race win, Bobby. Sometimes we've been a little too conservative, and that's got us in trouble. Then again, we went for the win at times, and that's got me in trouble. But we're just here to win the race tonight, and we'll see what happens when it's all over with.
Kevin Pilot, Chuck Miller, Jason Lund, and Paul McMahon, front four. "30 laps of hard-charging sprint car racing after a hard, long 1993 for many of these drivers. It boils down to this final 30-lap run. It's been a long season that has started in early April and now concludes in mid-October. And it's one race and just could be one or two positions, the difference between a championship and the #1 paycheck and the #2 position. But it is Chuck Miller who jumps out on the outside. Steve Kent begins to make his progress, and here comes Brent Kading as he gets his car up on two wheels over turn 4. First lap is complete. Brent's car's a little tight, as they say, and he's just going to have to keep it good clean. So Chuck Miller has really got that 24 KT car running on a wire here. NARC Budweiser Championship being determined here tonight at Silver Dollar Speedway as Chuck Miller, who is not a player in the championship run, is a big player in this feature. White flag is out to Chuck Miller in car number 24 KT. Miller guiding his mount down the back straightaway, and it will be the Morgan Hill driver, Chuck Miller, your winner here tonight. Next in line will be Steve Kidd in car number 11, followed by Paul McMahon and Brent Kading, who finishes 4th and takes the championship.
While Chuck Miller gets unbuckled, Brent Kading is out of his race car, and he's coming over to congratulate Steve Kent. Those two battled hard all year for the NARC championship, but it's official. Brent Kading in car number 69, your 1993 NARC champion. Another one for VK. And he's getting that helmet off. We'll get a word with the champion who wins the season-long war tonight here at Chico. And Brent, it's only fitting that you claim the championship tonight at this racetrack that's been so great to you this year.
Well, Bobby, it really has. The track's been great. The fans up here have just been great. I don't know what to say here. Stevie he didn't give us no break the last couple of weeks here. Tonight he pushed me hard. He went right on out there and set quick time and got in a heat race. He had no chance of winning, went out and beat everybody, and he made us get going. And tonight in the main event, we had a better car than we finished, but I tell you, I was just hanging on. I was happy to be here. Stevie and the whole San Michelle group, Dave Helm, Sonny Kratzer, and all the gang, they've done a tremendous job this year, and I think they're going to be right up there next year. Hopefully it'll still be 1-2, but I don't know. This Steve Kent's real tough.
Baldwin goes to the top, Smith's right with him. Then comes Johnson and Cabanero in the next two positions. Getting up and off the corner here in the front stretch is the 24H. He leaps right in front of Dothage. Dothage has nowhere to go. So it looks like we'll continue racing despite the problem here between the 24H car sideways, Scott Holloway. Oh, and off the end. They're rolling down off and across, I believe, hitting one of the pieces of equipment down there off of turn 3 and 4.
Johnny here.
This time he gets it off just a little bit sooner. Here comes Brown on the inside. He falls asleep and Brown's right there. Shane back after him, but Greg Brown this time takes the bottom. And car number 44B, welcome home your winner, Greg Brown. He is chased by Randy Tyner.
Up to Eric Rossi into the wall. He collects Ricky Gaunt. Gaunt upside down. Red flag.
brought to a close.
Early April and now concludes in mid-October.
Stevie, he didn't give us no break the last couple of weeks here.
You're probably the greatest friend a guy will ever have. Saying goodbye is a little bit tough, but I'm going to say it goodbye. Our biggest thrill is competing against the best, the hardest racers that I've ever seen in Northern California. NARC has them. Don't forget that next year when you go racing. It's not easy to win in this deal. You've got to be prepared. Thank you for the competition. It's been one hell of a party. We've had a good time. Thank you all.
BK, buddy, Brent, can you hear me? Brent.
Yeah, I can hear you out there, Jim.
Hey, we're having a lot of fun at this banquet tonight without you. What's the scoop? How come you're not here?
Well, I'd really like to be there, as you know, and we're just down here in Phoenix racing, doing the Slick 50 deal.
Well, I know you got a lot of people to thank for your performance, so fire away.
Well, I really do, and we're trying to run down here. Don't have a lot of time, but first of all, I'd like to thank my wife who's been with me and backed me not only this year, but years past. My crew has done a tremendous job. Can't say enough about all of them, and all the sponsors have been behind me for years, and most of all, probably the best friend I'll ever have, the best car owner, and just probably the best human being and person I know is my car owner, Bob Miller. He's just been wonderful. It's been a great our friendship throughout the rest of our lives. Yet we won't be racing together, but Bob will be behind us 100%.
13.152, and that's quick time. He moves Ron Schumann down a notch. So Sills brings the local owner, David Calderwood's car, into quick time. And we've got a car flipping on the front straightaway. Did a nose stand and an end over on the front straight. In turn number 4, Sills is up underneath Schumann on the back straight. Schumann has the lead, and Sills is right with him as they go into turn number 3. Sills may pull out the lead as they come out of turn number 4. It is still Sills down the front straight. We've got a black flag out for car number 8 on the front straightaway as they signal the lackey. Sills broken. The lead car has broken. Jimmy Sills is coasting on the outside. Schumann back in the lead. They're coming for the checkered flag. Ron Schumann wins number 8. Unbelievable. No one else has ever won more than 2.
Reeves hoped his experience in previous points battles would play to his advantage, and that appeared to be the case when Irwin damaged his car after hitting the turn 2 wall in hot laps. But Irwin's crew repaired the car, and Kenny returned to qualify second fastest. Fast qualifier Tony Stewart had similar problems when he flipped in the first heat. Stewart also returned and wound up winning the 10-lap semi-feature. Going into the 40-lap feature, Reeves needed to finish 4th or better regardless of what Irwin did to clinch the championship. Western States midget champ Robbie Flock started on the pole and took the early lead. Irwin was running several positions ahead of Reeves during the early stages, but on lap 18, Stevie passed Kenny for 6th position, and Irwin's championship hopes began to fade. A lap later, Paige Jones passed Flock for the lead and held on to pick up the victory. Reeves finished 6th, 3 positions ahead of Irwin, and became the first driver since Sleepy Drift in 1975-76 to to win back-to-back national midget championships.
We qualified 17th and Kenny qualified 2nd, so he gained 6 points on me there, and we came back and won our heat race, got 3 back, and tell you what, the guys worked their tails off and get that car ready for me so I was comfortable, and I owe it all to them.
Afterwards, Reeves consoled a dejected Irwin, whose season-long championship quest fell 11 points short. The final standings show Andy Michener in 3rd, followed by Silver Crown champ Mike Bliss and Stewart.